Just a pilot in his cockpit seated. Black leather on his ass, keep a hustler heated. Weed is engaged.
Hello everybody and welcome to the channel. So today I'm a little bit concerned about the tune. I think it just needs to be dialed in, but I started thinking more and I started like getting that paranoia that like, oh, maybe the car's messed up. Because one thing I also noticed, and I didn't really mention because I didn't think it was a big deal, is the car smells like coolant. Not inside or anything, but like outside. I think it even smells like it's coming out of the exhaust, but that could be in my mind. I'm starting to get paranoid, so I'm just gonna start it up and see how it goes, and also check the coolant and the oil just to make sure the head gasket's not blown or something like that, which I don't think it is, but you know, once you get that thought in your mind and you start getting paranoid, it kind of all goes downhill from there. So let's just go ahead and do a cold start. Okay, so that was fine. It started up just fine that time and it's purring like a kitten. So we are just gonna check the oil right quick and check the coolant. So first thing, let's check the coolant just to make sure there's coolant in there, I guess. And it's cold, the car's only been idling for a tiny bit. Yep, there's liquid in there. Not sure if you can see it, but there's liquid. And you can see I did get my JLT catch can. Looks like oil. And it does not smell like coolant or anything. So it's just like I thought. Coolant just got spilled somewhere and then it was smelling like coolant, which is what I thought the issue was. But you know, once you start getting those crazy thoughts in your mind, they can run wild. But other than that, everything looks fine. Let me try to do a idle test again. Okay, everything seems fine to me, and it's actually idling a lot better. The AFR is bouncing everywhere, but I'm not sure if that's not normal. Maybe someone can tell me, but I think that's pretty normal. Okay, so we are going to, well, actually I have to go to work first, and then we're going to head to Sirius HP to have them check out the tune. I just talked to him. He mentioned that the startup is going to be rough sometimes because of the procharger, because of the drag and everything on it. But we'll get a little bit more of an explanation when we get there, just so we can all understand what's going on. Started up fine that time. And I've been keeping it on oil pressure just because I'm a little bit paranoid. Just kind of wanted to address that a tiny bit. I know a lot of people mention that, you know, what about the warranty? And yeah, you're absolutely right. The warranty is pretty much gone. Basically, if it breaks, we'll see what breaks on it, and if it's covered under warranty, great. And if it's not, then I'll just be screwed. I mean, there's really not much more to say about that. I think anyone who mods their car just has to come to the realization with that you know, it's going to impact your warranty. Now, it won't impact the warranty with you know, the electronics. Like my screen here messes up every once in a while, and you know, that's basically it. You know, it'll warranty, you know, most of the car, just probably not the engine and maybe the trans, depending on what the failure is. So I just wanted to update everybody on some of the driving impressions that I have from driving this car with the procharger on it. So right now I'm cruising at 70. I have it in adaptive radar cruise. When you drive this thing around, it honestly just drives around like stock. Like if you get into it, then you know, you feel the boost kick on. But at the low RPMs, I would say like under 3,000, it drives and it has about the amount of power as stock. So that's a really good thing. I mean, that's what I was looking for. I don't want to mess up my drivability. Interesting-ish story around that I'll share with you guys one day if anyone cares to hear it. The gist of it is I had a 240 that got out of control, and I made it too fast where it was no fun driving it anymore, and I'm deathly afraid of doing that with any car now. At a point, my 240 no longer had heat or air conditioning. So yeah, not that this would ever become that, but I'm gonna go through steps to make sure it doesn't. That was one of the first pulls I made in this thing, and it feels very, very fast. It's a joy. I mean, I'm really glad I did this to the car, even if it ends up blowing up and, you know, causes a bunch of problems for me. I don't want to say it's worth it, but it really makes me happy, the car being this quick. Just arriving at Sirius HP. Hopefully they're cool with me just bringing it inside. That thing sounds pretty sick, like it's got like a big cam on it. Check this out. The Slam Navigator. That looks pretty sick. So right now we're just waiting for the tuner to finish what he's doing over there, and then as soon as he's done with that, then he'll check out my car. So let's see what else we got here at the shop. I love these Magnums. I really wish they made the modern body style with them. I don't know what this vet is getting done, but it looks sick. Little 5.0 truck, Boss intake. Look at this beauty.
I'm gonna go drive it just to see if I can.
Yeah, like try to do like part throttle, like get off the throttle and then get back on and all that good stuff.
Okay.
And let's see how it turns on, because it was like not starting all the way, and the starter was just kind of like running like crazy. And of course, it started just fine when trying to say it's happening. That's great. Like part throttle, like when you're going at low speeds, like kind of taking off from a start, it just like sometimes it'll like not go and it'll just like start stumbling and stuff. And since I have it over here, it's probably gonna run flawlessly for him. I feel like one of those people that takes their car to the shop and then they can't reproduce the problem, and then everybody thinks they're crazy. It's kind of what I feel like right now, because it wasn't doing it. Did it do any of that stuff for you?
didn't die on me.
Okay.
Besides the hot throttle stuff, was there anything else?
No, that was it. Just when it turns on, like sometimes the starter just seems like it doesn't want to start. I mean, it has started every time, but it's just like cranking like a whole ton, and then before it fires up.
So what I've seen just from driving that, what I think going on with that part throttle stuff is it's when you're just cruising, right?
Yeah.
Cruising at
Or accelerating a little bit, lightly.
Yeah, when you're just cruising and then you go to hit the gas pedal a little bit, it feels like it's not going anywhere. That's because the car is going into boost, because it's in such a low gear. It's in like 7th or 8th gear while you're just cruising. There's no timing in those areas, especially under that much load when the superchargers try to spool up and go into boost.
So it's just richening up for it real quick?
It's not necessarily richening up. If I added timing in those areas, it would start knocking. It would show knocking.
Oh, okay.
So in those areas at low RPM, high load, there's no timing there.
Okay.
So if you just push the throttle down just a little bit more, it'll downshift and you won't have problems.
Okay. Everything else seemed good with the tune? Cool.
Yeah, I'm just going to make a quick adjustment to some of the fueling and hot throttle, but other than that, everything is fine.
Okay. All right, so we are all set. He made some adjustments to the startup, to the part throttle, just to try to get things set up the way I want it. And we should be good to go. He started a few times with me and it didn't have any hiccups whatsoever. I think we're good to go. All right, we are here at the gas station. So the car didn't run like perfect on the way home from the shop. It actually stalled a couple times. The RPMs get like super low and then it just dies, which it's pretty annoying, but it's not that bad. Like it only happens like when you're like coming to a stop in certain conditions. So I don't know. I'm gonna have to take it back to them again. Tomorrow I'm gonna be taking this on a road trip to Dallas, which is like I think like 200 miles or so. So we'll see how it does. We'll get some fuel economy and just make sure it all works. You know, maybe I'll get lucky and there'll be some people on the freeway to race, but I consider taking the Accord, but you know, I want to take this. I'm going there for work, but I'm also gonna see one of my friends, so I want to be able to show him the car. So stay tuned and we'll see how it goes. Yeah, I'm just not sure what's going on with it. I know it's just a tune, so I probably need to take them with me and try to show them, because it's always so hard when you can't reproduce the problem. So I can't show them what it is, but I can just like talk about it, like this is what it does. But you know, when I'm with them, it doesn't do it. So we'll try to figure it out. We'll get it dialed in. I'm not too worried about it. The motors seems to be healthy. The motor's fine. It's just needs a little bit fine tuning. So this is just annoying. So it just stalled here in my neighborhood, and you got to put it in neutral and turn it back on. About to die. Didn't do it though. See, I feel like the idle just gets too low. Like maybe the idle needs to be bumped up a little bit. So I'm just here editing this video, and I wanted to just give an update. I sent the Sirius HP an email and he called me back within like 5 or 10 minutes, and he actually offered to come down and take a look at the car and tune it again, like drive here, which is like an hour plus away from where he is. So I know they're giving me really good support, so I got nothing bad to say. We're working out the kinks in the tune. I'm not too worried about it. It's like not a big deal, but I'm really glad he's been really supportive. in you know, making it as convenient as possible for me, because I have been able to take the car over whenever I want, and it's just been really accommodating. So that's definitely a good thing, and I hope we can get the tune dialed in. I have confidence that it'll all be fine. The motor's running great, and it actually runs perfect when it's on high boost. It's just the drivability aspects that need to be dialed out. And maybe I drive a little weird, who knows. I do tend to try to be really light on the throttle to keep my mileage up, but I don't know if that's a factor or not, because they don't seem to be able to reproduce it. So I guess we'll have to see. But that's going to be it for now. Peace.